right, we're going to continue from above. And so now given some sort of arithmetic sequence with n terms, so t1 to tn, the series is the sum of those terms. That's what we've said. So we could write it in sigma notation for the first n terms. So if we look at our just most basic arithmetic sequence, start at 1 and just go up by 1. We could calculate the general term, so t1 plus n minus 1d, term 1 is 1, my d value is also 1, so I end up with just getting n. So then my sum of n terms, I could say, is from 1 to n of, sorry, that's going to be I. Okay, so following from above, the sum of my first 100 terms, well, that's going to be 1 plus 100, 2 plus 99, 3 plus 98, and notice now I'm going to end up with 50 pairs of 101. And so I could do my multiplication here and get 50-50. The sum of the first 8 terms, 1 plus 8, 2 plus 7, etc. Now I'm always summing to 9. I'm going to have 4 pairs of 9, giving me 36. If I go to 27, well, I'm going to have 1 plus 27, 2 plus 26, 3 plus 25. So now I'm always summing to 28, but I don't have an even number of pairs. I'm going to have 27 divided by 2 sets of pairs, and they're going to sum to 28 each. So then I would need to do my math there, get 27 times 14, whatever that ends up being, 20 plus 28. So I would get a sum of 48. That makes no sense. How about 4? No. Oh, 200 plus 28. That would be better, 228. Okay, so if I want a general formula, what I'm seeing is my number of pairs is how many terms I have divided by 2, and then times the sum of the first term and the last term. So I could say that my S sub n is number of terms divided by 2 times the first term plus the last term. Well, this is really handy if I know the last term, but what if I don't know my last term? If I don't know my last term, I'm going to use my formula. And remember, we can use different letters. I always default to U, but I could also use T for my term 1 and term n. So since my directions say that, I'm going to go back and correct that. Okay, so now, again, handy if I know how many terms and the last term. I usually don't know that though. I usually know how many terms and my d value. So I can come back and replace this with my general formula for an arithmetic sequence term. So I can also say that S sub n is n over 2 times term 1 plus, now substitute, term 1 plus n minus 1 d. I have 2 terms that I could collect. So n over 2 times 2 term 1 plus n minus 1 d. And this is the general formula for finding the sum of an arithmetic series.